Welcome back to another F4 lap guide. This week we're at Monza and I'm doing something that I normally never do. I'm changing my brake bias for each corner. And that's because the braking zones are where you gain and lose all of your lap time at Monza. So it's critical that we extract all the performance that we can in the braking zones. Coming across the line to start our fast lap as we head into turn 1, which is a hard braking zone, down from 6th gear all the way into 2nd. We're going to be changing our brake bias forward to 55%. You can see that in the bottom corner right there, 55%. And the key to this corner is cutting as much of the first portion of the chicane as you can and getting on the throttle hard coming out of the second portion because it leads onto a long straight. So we're looking for that 100-meter board in the distance and we're braking just before it. A hard threshold brake. You can see that almost full brake pressure all the way down into 2nd gear. Lift off the brake, trail brake into this first apex, braking all the way into about here, and we're going to get on the throttle, cutting the corner as much as we can, but not getting an off track or a slowdown penalty. We're just tickling the throttle as we come through the mid-corner though. It's really easy to give the car too much gas to cause yourself to understeer through the second apex. So we're really gentle on throttle, peeling off again just slightly to get the nose to come in for the second apex. But it's critical that at the second apex, we get on the throttle hard to get a really good exit. Using all of the road on the right-hand side, moving the brake bias forward to 56% for the next chicane coming up. And it's an easy, flat-out right-hander through here. Keeping it tight to the right-hand side. We're going to skip forward to the next chicane. Coming up into the next chicane, it's a faster chicane, only going down to 3rd gear. Again, really critical that we cut the first apex as much as possible and then get on the throttle hard all the way through the second apex. We're looking for this 100-meter board in front of us, and we're braking just after it, down into 3rd gear. And again, we're going to try to cut this first apex as much as possible. I'm trail braking into the apex, but the car can get really loose into this first apex, so I'm on the throttle a bit earlier to help settle the rear of the car. I could have used a bit more of that first apex. You can go slightly further to the left there. We lost maybe a half a tenth through there. But it's really important that we keep it tight to the left-hand side, immediately turning right, and hard on the throttle, flat on the throttle to that right-hand apex. You can see that I use almost none of this right-hand apex because I want to get as good of an exit as possible, and I don't want to have to lift off the gas. In 3rd gear, immediately changing the brake bias back to 54%. We want to use the brakes to help rotate the car into this next corner. The first Lesmo, we're looking for the orange at the end of this Armco barrier in front of us, and we're going to be lifting off and just dabbing the brakes just after it. We're turning in as well, but it's a very gentle turn in. It's really easy to turn in too hard, too early, apex too early, and find yourself understeering all the way out of this corner. I really found myself having to wait on the car through this corner and wait for it to turn. So coming into this apex, we're just very lightly grazing the brake, and I'm aiming to apex right before this access road in front of us, right about here. And at this apex is when I get hard on the throttle, again waiting to get on throttle though to help the car rotate through the corner. Could have used a little bit more of the exit there. I was a bit conservative on the exit, but we're already changing the brake bias back to 53.5%. Again, trying to use the brakes to rotate the car into the next corner. We're looking for the 50-meter board in front of us, and we're going to be braking just about at it or slightly after it. It's a quick jab of the brakes down into 4th gear, and we want to just barely touch our right side tire on this apex curb. But through the apex, the track is banked, so we get a ton of grip. We're hard on the throttle coming out of this corner, using all of that road in the exit. Already moving our brake bias forward to 55%, and we're coming into another left-right-left chicane. The key to the chicane is not lifting off the throttle once we've gone all the way to full throttle. So we're braking just after this 100-meter board in front of us. It's a hard brake down into 4th gear, trying to miss these sausage curbs on the left. Just clipping our left front tire on that apex curbing, and then we're getting hard on the throttle through the apex, using all of the road on the right-hand side. Tracking out into the middle of the road, turning in early to the left, clipping that apex again, trying not to scrub speed through there. I've had a few times where I am flat through there, but I can really hear my front tire scrubbing and end up losing speed on the exit because of that, and losing speed all the way down the straight. But we are changing our brake bias back to 53.8%, coming into the final corner. I'm looking ahead for this 50-meter board and braking maybe about 5 meters before it. But the key to this corner is not turning in too early and carrying as much speed to the apex as we can. So it's a hard, quick jab of the brakes, down into 5th gear, trail braking into the apex, which is right about here, and then we're hard on the throttle through the exit. Again, trying not to scrub speed. I could have used a bit more of the road on the outside, but I actually wasn't scrubbing speed, so it was even slightly faster than some previous laps where I used more road because I wasn't scrubbing speed through that corner. But we come across the line to set a 1 minute 52.388. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope it was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great week of racing, and most importantly, I hope you can survive turn 1. I'll see you guys next time.